think the Nordics are in time, so we can already start. Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure that we do have so many participants today. First of all, thank you to our Nordic partners for the organization of this event. To quickly introduce myself, my name is Lukas Rieder. I'm located in Vienna at the headquarters of Greca Finance. I'm senior consultant at the company, and I have been working for the Inspiralia Group and Greca now for over 5 years, supporting companies with private and public funding. I have a background in finance and business administration. And yeah, I'm happy that I can give you today an overview about Greca and how it can help you to find the right investors. What can you expect today? At the beginning, I will give you a little bit more information about our company structure, about our background. Then we will take a look at Greca, at the online services, at our professional services and different tools. And then we will go online in the platform to show how it works. And last but not least, also some success stories, a short overview about the team, and at the end, Q&A. Before we start, one organizational thing, you can ask questions through the chat. The Q&A mode is activated, and we will try to answer everything at the end of the webinar. Here we are part of the Inspiralia Group. Inspiralia is a big innovation consulting group offering a complete 360-degree service from concept generation and innovation strategy to product development and market launch. The whole group has over 150 employees and 4 locations, the headquarters in Madrid, offices in Cambridge, Miami, and Vienna. The idea of Greca started at M27 Finance. M27 Finance was one of the leading advisors in business and project financing in the German-speaking region, in the DACH region. And we do have more than 25 years of experience in public and private funding and also in the M&A sector. In 2018, Inspiralia acquired M27 Finance, and M27 Finance is now also called Inspiralia, and with the financial muscles of the Inspiralia Group, we decided to digitalize our private funding services and started with the development of Greca, of the Greca platform. Now Greca was already established as an independent company within the group, and it's basically the private finance hub to connect startups and SMEs to investors and support companies all over Europe and the USA with finding the right investors. Our vision at Greca is really to digitalize the whole corporate finance process, and therefore we developed this marketplace. Greca stands for growth, equity, and commercial alliances, and it has many functionalities to digitalize this corporate finance process. We can assess companies in a systematic way. We can perform company valuations, can do financial modeling through the platform. The core functionality is, of course, an AI-supported matchmaking algorithm to ensure that the projects find the right investors and the investors find the right companies. In addition, we also do have access to a virtual data room, and the aim is really to get the whole process online. Where are we now? We already performed over 800 company assessments, so there are over 800 companies already online. We are currently supporting around 100 professional projects in fundraising, and we have an investors network of already over 2,000 investors onboarded to the platform. We do have different types of investors. We do have high net worth individuals, business angels, many institutional investors. Here the focus is on family offices, VCs, private equity houses, and the third bigger pillar are our strategic investors, meaning companies that are searching for strategic investment, or corporate VCs, bigger industrial players that already have established their own venture arm. Geographically, the focus is clearly on Europe and the USA, which is also the operative area of the Inspiralia Group. How did we manage this? We have a huge partners and advisors network with over 30 partners and advisors already onboarded to the platform. These partners are, of course, located in the DACH region, but also in Spain, in the Nordics, in Italy, France, Benelux, and US and Israel. So we have really an European-wide network of advisors who help us to onboard these investors and companies. Now let's take a closer look at the different functionalities, and we just launched our online services. And one of the first functionalities here are our company assessment reports. We assess in the first step the companies based on different methodologies, such as the technology readiness level, team readiness level, financial stability level, market attractiveness level, and business readiness level. And if the company receives a certain rating, we will take a closer look at this later. We can onboard them to the platform and match them with our investors network. In addition, we have access to many valuation methods through the platform, such as bear course, risk factor assumption, but also discounted cash flow and some more. It depends on the company phase, on the sector, which of these methods are used for the valuation of the business. We can also perform standardized documentation through the platform, such as fact sheets or company homepages that show the investment opportunity and where the company has a chance to present itself to investors. Then there's, of course, the matchmaking algorithm, the artificial intelligence supported matchmaking algorithm to match investors with the right companies and companies with the right investors. And we can create with this matchmaking algorithm also long list reports for the companies. And this is also one of the online services we are currently offering. If companies need more support, we of course are also happy to support them with consulting. We have around 100 projects. We've supported around 100 projects in the last 2 years in the fundraising process. And at this professional services, we assign, of course, a consulting team consisting of financial analysts, senior consultant, and investors relations manager the project. And they prepare, together with the startups and SMEs, the fundraising strategy, including all the required documentation for the Greca platform, such as fact sheet, pitch deck, but also business plan review, financial model, of course, the company valuation. And we make use of our platform, of our tools, to create this process as efficient as possible. Let's take a look now also on the platform online. I will share my screen and will show you how you can register in the platform. 1 second. Now it works. Yeah, I mean, you can go on our homepage and click log into the platform. Here you have also an overview about our different packages, about our success cases and what we do. But if you click on log into the platform, you are directed to the platform and can register here in a very simple way to Greca. I already created an account and I will log in, but the first step in this registration process is that you create a company profile. And here you have the chance to fill in all the basic information, your company name, also the foundation year, of course, the number of employees, your revenues in the last year. And then we have here also a selection of businesses and business sectors and segments. This is based on Damodaran's categorization and very important for the matchmaking algorithm. You can choose here between different businesses. I will select for Greca now the ICT sector. Based on this ICT sector, you can then select different areas here, such as software entertainment, software internet, software system and application, and again, different business segments that are accurate for your business model. To fine-tune this, you also have the chance to select some verticals. You can add here different verticals. We have a big selection of verticals. These are in the company profiles, but also in the investors' profiles, and help us in the matchmaking. And if the verticals also match, it of course increases the matchmaking score. For Greca, I have selected here fintech, but also, for instance, software as a service is another option that is a good fit here. And last but not least, you can also select your business model. Are you B2B? Are you operative B2C? Is it a B2B software as a service model? And so on. Then you can add a short company description, mission, vision statement to give an overview about your company. And last but not least, we are asking for your funding need. Are you searching for funds? If you are searching for funds, what's the amount of funds in search in the next 12 months? And then also, what's the purpose of these funds? Is it commercial expansion, research and development, business acceleration, mergers and acquisitions, or is restructuring for the company needed, for instance? You can also already select here which type of investors you would prefer. Are you looking for business angels, industrial investors, equity from public entities, or financial investors? No worries, you can filter this also at a later stage, more detailed with the matchmaking algorithm and the different investors types. Then we are asking for the company address, and you have also the option to add here some company files, such as the pitch deck or the financial planning, and add some other relevant information to give an overview about your business or about the investment opportunity. After you have completed this sheet, you can also add more users to your company profile here. If more people of your organization should have access, you can add them here. But the first step in this process, as mentioned before, is always the assessment report. And if you click on My Assessment, you can perform here a new assessment. I already performed one in the past, but I will create a new one to show you that this works very quickly. And after this assessment, after you have completed this questionnaire, you can download the assessment. This gives you really an overview about the strengths and weaknesses of your business case, of your company, and also about your appeal to investors. Yeah, how is this assessment built? The first section is about the technology readiness level. You can add a name of the assessment here, for instance, the date or the phase you're currently in. And then you have the option here to add up to 3 products or services, or product or service groups, and the current development status based on the NASA TRL scale. I will select here, for instance, online services and consulting. Online services are on the market now, so they are in TL9. This is based on the NASA TRL scale. If you're not familiar with the scale, it describes basically the development status of a product from basic principles observed and reported to the actual system proven in operational environment. And we are with both products already in TL9, but are still generating most of our revenue through the consulting services. We are asking here for the revenue contribution in the current year and for the revenue contribution expected in 2 years. It's in percentage. And our aim is, of course, to switch to software as a service model to increase our online services, our online revenues in the future. Therefore, I will select in 2 years, 70 to 30. And this gives us also an overview about the importance of certain developments, which products will become the cash cow in the future, which developments are important. The next section is then about the team readiness level. We are asking here different questions about the team. First, the experience of the core team. Is it the first company founded, at least on the second? Did someone already achieve a successful exit or 2 or more successful exits in the team? Then we are asking also for the composition of the team. Is it a single CEO, for instance, or a single founder? Do you have more members in the C-suite? Is it 2 members or even 3 or more members? And next, knowledge. It's different questions about the know-how of the core team. I think the answer options are self-explanatory. Then the network. Here we are asking about how well connected the company is. First 2 answers go into the direction of the number of contacts. The last 2 already go that far that we say the board of directors or the advisor committee is really composed of relevant industry experts, or the management team are awarded leaders in the industry. And last but not least, but very important, the commitment of the team. Are all key people full-timers in the project, or do they still focus on other projects, on other companies? That's it for the team readiness level. Next section is then about the market attractiveness level. We are asking here for the market size. This is again a pick list with rough ranges for the total addressable market, the service-able addressable market, and service-able obtainable market. The total addressable market is in our case the global finance market. Service-able addressable market is the market within our geographical reach or within the reach of our products and services, meaning the European and American market. And the service-able obtainable market is our market share, the revenues we can realistically generate in the next 5 to 10 years. Then we are asking here also for the market growth. The legislation risk, this is more a general question. Does the legislation have an effect on the business model? For green tech businesses, it can also have a positive influence and can increase the demand for your business. In our case, it's stable. And the short 5 forces of Porter analysis. Entry barriers are relatively low in this sector. Competitors, I think there are many competitors. Then we do have clients and customers. This is usually the same as the market trend. And suppliers, do you depend on any suppliers? In our case, it's different options. And last question in this 5 forces of Porter is about the substitute products. Are there any substitutes, few or none? Next section is about the business readiness level. We are asking here for the traction, for the paying clients and customers. We already have managed here continuous growth in the last 2 years. Then also the competitive advantage. What's your long-term advantage? Is it the core technology, the cost, the design or service product offering, or is it only pure price leadership? And the planning process. Do you have an updated business plan, or is this work in progress or not updated in the last 2 years or even last 3 years? Another important question for investors is if you already use KPIs, key performance indicators, to monitor your goals. And of course, partnership agreements. Do you already have partnership agreements, a number of signed partnership agreements, multiple or even exclusivity agreements with some of the partners? The last section is now about the financial stability level, about the financial commitment. This is the money the founders and the entrepreneurs spent into the business. It's again in rough ranges. Then we are asking also for the last financing round, for the seniority of the last financing round. And for the total funds raised, this also includes grant, debt, or any money that was spent on the development and in the company. We are asking here also for the revenue growth drivers, and you can see here now the different products we have selected in the technology readiness level. For online services, it's the number of subscriptions or subscription fees. For consulting, it's the number of projects, and also for the growth the last 12 months. And last but not least, an overview about the financial forecast and the EBITDA figures, as well as the results of the last 2 years. I will quickly fill in this information in order that we can complete this report. Now we have completed the assessment. Since I used dummy data, the consistency here is relatively low, but I have performed also another assessment with a higher consistency. And you can now download also this assessment report to get an overview about the results. It's a 20-pager report that gives you an overview about the different sections where you scored high and where you scored low. It's loading a while because the file is relatively big. Should be here soon. And then we can take a look at other functionalities, such as the investors matchmaking. So I have to switch to another window. One second. It's loading. So now you should be able to see this assessment report. Here all the results are summarized. There's a little disclaimer at the beginning, an overview about description, mission and vision statement, and then also the results and the different sections, and the technology readiness level score calculated based on these results. And an overview and some advice about what to improve in the future. Same for the team readiness level, again an overview about the selections and the score, and market attractiveness level, business readiness level, and financial stability level. And at the end, there's a final overview about the results. You will receive an investment grade. And if you score in this investment grade higher than B, we can onboard you to the platform and match you with our investors. Also, the investment stage is calculated, and this is important for matchmaking. And you get an overview about some recommended funds at this stage. Let's go now again back to the platform to take a look at other functionalities. And after you have completed this assessment report, you can also create your one-pager homepage. I again do have to share the screen. This gives then an overview about the company, about the business. You can add here also the other relevant information. Description, vision, and mission statement is on this one-pager, and you can link a video, further documents such as pitch deck, and there's also an overview about the results of the rating assessment, the revenue and EBITDA figures, and at the bottom, the investment opportunity, how much funds do you need, and you can add contact information in this section. In addition, you can also brand this with your own logo and with a header in the company colors, for instance. Then there's the investors matchmaking, and based on this company profile and the assessment report, this criteria and these characteristics are already selected, but you can fine-tune this, of course, by adding more verticals. So you can change this also at the later stage and adapt also the company stage, the investment stage, stake offered, and the EBITDA figures. When I click now search, I will get a selection of matching investors, and we can add here then some filters to increase the quality of these matches. This is now a first matchmaking based on the business, based on the ticket size of the investment, the geographical region of the company, and a matching score above 50%. And you can increase this according to your needs, according to the type of investors you are searching for. We have here now a selection of names, and I can add, for instance, a country filter to get only investors of the DACH region, for instance. I can add here Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And apply the filter, and I will get an improved selection of investors. We only do have 225 in this geographical region. We are looking for a 1.5 million round, and here we do also have all different types of investors. You can select accelerators, business angels, family offices, high net worth individuals, industrial partners, investment arms from financial institutes, meaning investment arms, for instance, of insurance groups or banks, investment clubs, private banks, private equity houses, public companies, public-private companies, VCs or VCs from industrial partner, meaning corporate VCs. We are looking here for venture capital in this case. And it's searching again in the database. And we do only have 107 VCs who are matching the company to at least 50%. We can also increase this matchmaking score, for instance, to 60%. Now it's only 35 investors anymore. We do offer here different packages to then also get access to these investors, to the information about these investors. You can download in the first step an investors matching report to get an overview about where these investors are located. And if you sign up for one of the packages, you can also download the investor contact list to get all the investors' details. This is information you cannot access online, only when you download the information. Here you get then contact information, investment policy, overview about the location, also the primary contact within the fund, and so on, and can contact them afterwards. How does these reports look like? Here you can see an example of a fund's matchmaking report. This gives you then a clear overview where the funds are located. Here we have, for instance, one for only Germany and Austria. And you have an overview about the business target, about the type of funds. And this report you can download as often as you want. If you want to get the list, you have to download this investors contact list and sign up for one of the packages. I will show you the packages soon. This is, for instance, the best match, and it gives again an overview at the beginning about the information. Then below you can see the details about the funds and the contact information. Here you have an overview about the different plans you can purchase. Our basic package is the network package. This costs 650 euros per package and gives you access to the 10 best investors in our network. You can also download your one-pager to use it for the investors approach. And soon it will be also launched that you can publish this one-pager online to give investors access to it. Then we have the expand package. You can also download the one-pager, of course, download the assessments as often as you like, and get then the 20 best investors. And then we do have an investors ready package. This includes also 3 hours of consulting. So we will advise you on the right selection of investors. We will give you feedback on the business case, on the investors matchmaking report, as well as some help with the negotiation process, with the investors meetings preparation. We will give you coachings on which things you should focus. And of course, the long list is also consisting of 20 investors as in the expand package. But these 3 advisory hours I just explained are included also in this investors ready package. In addition, you can always upgrade to our professional services. If you need support throughout the whole process, I think the professional services are the best fit, where we really assign a team to the project. Good. Then let's go back to the presentation to give you also more information about some of our success stories. Here we do have, for instance, a Spanish Israeli digital health company, which we supported last year with a bigger financing round, with a Series A round of 5.5 million. We matched them with not the capital of our platform. In addition, Inspiralia also supported them with the Horizon 2020 program. Here we do have an Austrian company with an eye tracking system. We supported them not only with private funding, but also with public funding in the last years. And last but not least, also a Nordic success case. This is a Danish digital media company. And we got them an equity investment through Greiker of $750,000 with first party capital. Yeah, if you do have any questions, feel free to contact us. I mean, I will try to answer now everything in the chat, but we also do have local partners. In Iceland, it's Efres with Anna Margrethe. In Denmark, it's in Bude with Björk. In Norway, we do have T-Lab with Stig and Harvard. And Granenfeld Finance is our partner in the Finnish and Swedish market. And here you have the contact information of Katrin Alberg. Of course, you can also contact us directly. My contact information is in this presentation. You can also find our remaining team on the Greca homepage. We do have 2 CEOs with Alexandra located in Madrid and Andreas here in Vienna, and also a big consulting team to support innovative Nordic companies in the fundraising process. Do we have any general questions? Everything clear, or are there any questions? There are also detailed tutorials on our homepage, how the platform works, how this whole assessment process works. So you can, of course, also explore this online, just create an account and fill in all the information. And if you do have any questions, you can reach out to us anytime. There's one question of Anna, if we do charge success fees. Yes, we do charge success fees. For the online services, it's a flat fee of 2.5%. For the offline services, meaning the professional consulting services, we charge a higher fee structure. It's based on the Lehman formula and depends on the transaction volume. It's 5% for the first million, 4% for the second, 3% for the third and fourth, and over 4%, over 4 million, it's 2%. It's well accepted on the market, and we had never problems with that in the past. Good, but thank you for your attention. We will leave the chat open for another 10 minutes. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask via the question mode.